Not only is smoking harmful because it is detrimental to the smoker themselves, but it's also damaging to the people around them. People have a right to do as they please in private, whereas the impact on others is controlled. However, public smoking should be banned, for the simple fact it not only harms the smoker, but it harms all the innocent bystanders around them. According to ehow.com, 1/3 of the adult population on Earth are smokers. Every year, 50,000 people die from smoking-related diseases. A number of those deaths are caused from secondhand smoke alone. There are several television shows that make smoking look more mature, glamorous, and just the cool thing to do. Nonetheless, these shows and movies do not show you the dark and horrible side effects that smoking causes. Smoking has long been known to have damaging effect on the smoker's health. With each puff of smoke, over 4,000 chemicals are ingested. These chemicals go straight to your lungs. They cause all the tar, mucus, and buildup that make breathing and exercising more difficult because the oxygen can't get to the lungs as needed. About 90% of deaths from chronic obstructive lung disease are thanks to cigarette smoking. The chief thing smoking does is affect the cilia. Cilia are the tiny hairs inside the lungs and throat that help keep out clean and they keep damaging things from entering. Smoking causes them to slow down and even stop functioning altogether. That makes the clearing of the lungs not possible. That is why smokers have an overproduction of phlegm and they tend to cough it up. Restricted arteries cause the loss of circulation, causing heart attacks and stroke. Smoking also increases the probability of developing cancers. The effects of secondhand smoke are similar to smoking in general. The lungs get damaged, the throat gets aggravated, and cancers and lung diseases are at risk. Cancer-causing agents hang in the smoke, and people around the smoker inhale them and cause problems such as difficulty breathing, less energy, and a run-down feeling. Some health problems are associated with secondhand smoke are emphysema and cancers. Parental smoking is a leading preventable cause for asthma. Many parents believe that if they smoke away from the home, it won't affect their children. However, the effects of secondhand smoke can be very serious, even if the parents think they are taking control of it. Cigarette smoke remains in the hair, clothes, and even on the skin. When these parents hug their children, they're emitting these chemicals to their children. Younger children have been shown, when they have secondhand smoke, to have stunted growth. Smokers' incapacity to control their urge to light up for several hours in public should not force people to have to avoid places, switch jobs, or not go to their favorite restaurants. Quitting smoking and thoroughly decontaminating all clothing and items in the home can not only improve the health of the smoker, but also the health of their children. Smoking can affect your appearance in many ways. One item is yellow teeth. A great number of smokers have tar and gingivitis on their teeth, which gives them the yellowness as well as bad breath. The skin is also affected because the blood vessels constrict and decrease oxygen flow to certain areas of the body. This makes the skin drier, thinner, and cracked. Smoking also makes the skin weaker and more apt for wrinkles. Furthermore, smoking gives you an older appearance called smoker's face. Quitting smoking can reverse these effects and give you a much better lifestyle. Smoking not only causes unsafe damage to the smoker, but harms those innocent bystanders around them. Children who are subjected to secondhand smoke have an increased risk of asthma, pneumonia, colds, and ear infections. According to the American Lung Association, a pregnant woman who smokes is at greater risk for having a premature birth or giving birth to a stillborn. More harmful effects to the baby include low birth weight, underdeveloped lungs, and a high risk for sudden infant death syndrome. Exposure to toxins in cigarettes in the utero has also been linked to cognitive deficits and behavioral problems. Most babies born of smoking mothers have less body weight when they are born and have stunted growth throughout their lives. Smoking while breastfeeding also affects the development of the baby. Nicotine is transferred from the mother to the baby. The nicotine causes the baby to be more anxious, needy, cry, and scream more because the baby develops an addiction to nicotine. Despite the argument that terrible odor of smoke and more displeasure than a harmful thing, no one should have to smell the reek of smoke if they do not choose to. This is especially true in restaurants and bars. Yes, they make smoking and non-smoking sections, but if they're not in two separate buildings and they're not used the same workers and no one's going back and forth between the two, you're still getting the effects of secondhand smoke. The smoke still stays behind and reeks in people's clothing, hair, and on the skin, which makes it harmful more than just an annoyance. Nicotine is the highly addictive drug found in tobacco. Smokers become emotionally and physically addicted to this drug. About half of all smokers who keep smoking end up dying from a smoking-related illness. An estimated adult male lost an average of 13.2 years of his life from continuing smoking, while a female lost an average of 14.5 years. This is according to the American Cancer Society. Quitting smoking has major benefits for people of all ages. Some of these benefits include lowering the risk of cancers and diseases, longer lives, setting good examples for their children, and protecting others around them. Also, not spending as much money because cigarettes are very expensive. The decision to quit smoking is not only one the smoker can make. The benefits of not smoking and quitting smoking deeply outweigh the problems that come with it. Just 20 minutes within quitting smoking, the body begins a series of changes. Quitting or not starting in general will make the smoker and people around them's lives longer and better.